This is all our sweet peas that we planted up in October, right? And now it's time. We've given one water, but I'll just show you how I water them, because I don't water from the top. And take them out of the tray, and we've got some water here about 2 inches deep, and we just stand them in there in the water for about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and then it gets halfway up the planter. That way you don't get any water on the top and it dries out and goes mouldy, you know what I mean. So you keep lifting it up, and you'll find out that it gets heavier as the water seeps through. So we'll give it about 3 minutes to 4 minutes. That's about right now. And you can see me robbing there, look. There, we put it back in there, we do all of them at the same time. And then back onto sweet peas again. You remember we did some sweet peas in a pot, and they come through and there was yellow. I'd left the paper on too long, but that's what's happened. They've come okay, smashing. So what you do now is you give them a little water from the bottom, and then you tip them out and you plant them up singly. I did stop these, and you can see where I stopped them there, look. I stopped them there, and then they start growing again there. You must stop sweet peas. Always stop them and they start growing again there. Right, we plant them up singly, and when you've planted them up singly, they'll look like this. We planted some of them up earlier, didn't we? And we stopped them there and there, and then they started growing again. Where is it? They started growing again there, look. And the nice stocky plants is them. There's another one there, look. The roots are coming through the plant. We stopped them there, just nipped the top off, and they're getting new growth, look there. And that's the one that you're looking for to grow up. Right. We've just watered all our sweet peas now, and they're settling down nicely. And what we do now is, this is putting them, what I call putting them to bed, just before it gets dark, to keep the frost out. We have a little frame here that I showed you before, and what I've had it all since last October in here, and I haven't had them frosted once. So what I do now is I cover them up with the paper like that, and the best paper to use is the Yorkshire Post, because it's a big one, isn't it? The Yorkshire Post, a big one. And you cover them up. That's to stop the frost. To stop the frost coming in. And it will stop the frost. It will. We've had frosted nights and I haven't had them frosted once. Right, we've covered all of them up like that. We've covered them all up with paper, and then we put our top on like that. And then what we do is just cover them up like that. Just a little blanket. This is fleece, and as I said before, it'll stand 5 degrees of frost. But I just like to make sure to do it, and then close the windows. Close the windows. Don't forget to open them in the morning. There's my. We close them, and we've done that. And then in the morning we just take it all off. As soon as we get up in the morning, we come in. I know it's a bit of a pain, but that's what to do in a cold greenhouse. Right, it's now 25th of February, and we're starting to plant our potatoes in buckets. And this is the potting compost I use. It's leaf mould, rotted leaf mould, and I put just a handful. I usually do it in a big, in a barrow, and put a full barrelful in and a couple of handfuls of blood, fish and bone, and mix it all up. And when you've done that, just a handful of vermiculite and mix that in like that, and then you put it in the bottom of the bucket. Right, we'll pull that out the road and we fill the bucket. I've just come out the greenhouse and somebody's followed me in. Can you spot it? Our little friend, the robin. Spends all day with me in here. He's eating mealyworms. Every time I walk around the garden, I always have my pocket full of mealyworms. And he comes every few minutes. He's coming. Yep. We put some holes in the bottom. Just bash some holes in the bottom, and we just mix some stuff. You saw me mix some stuff, and then you just put it in there. It's quite easy. Just put in about a quarter full, and I mix some special stuff here, look, with vermiculite and potting compost. And you put that in there, and I've had some potatoes that's been chitting, lovely chitting. You could just leave all the chits on and you just plant them like that. Just 3 in the bucket like that. Just press them down, and then what you do, this nice potting compost, you just put about 3 of them in there like that. That's all you do. Just put it in, it's about that full. And then put them in the bottom of the greenhouse. I'll show you some that I've already done in the bottom of the greenhouse. And when they come through, you spot them coming through, all you do is cover them up and they'll come through again, putting compost on till they get to the top of the pot, and then that's it. And then you can put a couple of sticks in and a bit of string around them, but we'll show you that when they come through. And to water them, I'll just stand them. You saw when I watered the sweet peas. You just stand the bucket in the tub and let the water get up to there. You don't want too much water in. That's when you see a lot of greenery. That's when you start watering, not before. And then put them in your greenhouse. Put them in your greenhouse under there. I'll wait till they come through. Don't forget to put a label on. The ones I'm growing is Lady Christie and Casablanca. Right, we're pruning our roses now. It's still 25th of February and they're just starting to come. So the first thing to do is to cut out the dead wood. That's dead. So we want all that cutting out. And there's some dead here, look, so just cut that out as well. And we did prune them down. Remember, we pruned them down to half. And these are HT roses, I forgot. HT roses. So we're now pruning down to a bud, to an out-facing bud. We just...
Yep, try that.
So we've taken out all the dead wood, and the little straggly things, we're pruning them out as well. We don't want them in HT roses, and that's it. You see the bud that's going out. You prune that one. Will go a bit further down. That's it. And this one to an out-facing bud. It's coming out that way. That one is crossing, so we cut it out. Don't be frightened to go down. And then in March you start feeding them with rose fertiliser. Not now, it's a bit too early, but now it's to get the pruning done. But don't prune if it's going to be frosty. If it's a nice clear day and there's no frost tonight or tomorrow, then prune your roses. You don't have to do them all at once. Do that one there, that one. Always to an out facing bud. That one's alright, but there's one facing that way, so we'll put it off there. That's it, and don't forget to clear up all your rubbish afterwards. Bit of fertiliser around it, rake it in, and that's all there is to it. That's your roses done for this year. I bought a bag of gladiolus, 25th of February now, 24th, there. And a bag, and then take them out the bag, put them in here and stand them upright, like that. That's the top, that's the bottom. Just stand them upright like that in the box, like that. Stand them up and they'll start. You've got them ready to plant. They'll start to sprout from there in, and when you do it, when you plant them, you take that off. But I'll show you when I plant them how to do it. Don't forget this. Just put that on there, and then we've got another one. Keep them all the same colour if you can. We've got another one. They're nice, look. Another box. How much? 50 we got there. And you do just the same. Just stand them all up like that. There. And I just keep them in my greenhouse. Don't let them get frosted if you can help it. And then cover them up if it's going to be frosty with that paper. Yeah. That's the gladiolus, and we'll be planting them. We'll just stand them in the greenhouse and we'll be planting them in end of March. But I'll show you when we come to it. I'll show you how I do them, because I dig a trench and put sand in the bottom and then stand the gladiolus on the sand, and that gets them going brilliantly. And that's all the gladiolus is. Okay.